Jenkins Bluesky Christmas / Valentine's Day episode is now complete. What did we learn and what are our reactions? Con O'Neill and other OFMD cast members read explicit fanfic during a charity event. How long will it take us to recover? And the fandom has raised a gazillion dollars for trans kids during the OFMD craft auction. These headlines and more on today's Gay Pirate News Hour from the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yay!
Today is March 1st, 2025. And on the episode this week, we have Andrea, a super fan of OFMD from Long Beach, who just got back from New Zealand and is going to tell us all about it. Say hi, Andrea.
Hello, hello.
And also on the show is Belle C, who saw Reese in Austin and is coming up on her 1 year OFMD faniversary. And she's also going to go see Reese in New Zealand. So she's winning at life. Say hello, Belle.
Hello.
And Ringa is back, ready to be held accountable for their crimes.
Yeah.
Let's dive in. So, Andrea, first, how was New Zealand?
It's the best place in the whole world. I would love to move there. I don't know how that's possible. If there are any Kiwis listening looking for a wife, I will marry you. I can't really cook, but I can learn. I think I'm pretty funny. So just putting that out there. I'm willing to marry anyone to move there.
Yeah, actually, I'll just put myself out there too.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
Yeah,
A no touchy marriage, totally.
Yeah.
A trophy wife, like if you want a trophy wife, I will dress cute. I will attend your events. Don't touch me, but we're married, and I take your citizenship so I can live in New Zealand. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we should probably all start some sort of dating service just for that. But yeah, it's the best place ever. It's so, I mean, it's beautiful, removing, my connection to our flag, and that's why I went. But even taking that out of it, it's just such a beautiful place. Everyone's nice. It's very, the Maori culture is baked in a way that is not present in this country, and it's not perfect. There are a lot of things that the Maori people are still fighting for, as well they should. It's refreshing to be somewhere where, like, oh, the culture and the language and everything is just sort of baked into everyday life for everybody, which was really amazing. Yeah, it's summertime, so it's gorgeous. And it is really like an outdoor person place, which I am an indoor cat. So that I had to really push myself in some ways, but that was great. The girls I went with, hi Tess, hi Tanuvial, I love you, I miss you. They were very great about helping me push my limits of being an outside person without doing too much, and really indulging all of the our flag stuff that we were doing.
And list off the places that you went.
Yes. So we first went to Mercer Bay, which is where, and I'm pretty sure, I did not do a lot of research. I relied on you all in our group chat to do research for me. But as far as I know, that's where the cliffs there are where Ed did the whole gravy basket and that cliff scene, which is so beautiful. Wow. I actually just watched it again last night. So yeah, I did the hike there. And one of our friends, Chloe, had reached out to Vico and asked, like, oh, like, where should someone go? And Vico said, oh, go to Mercer Bay Loop, but just like be aware, like, it is a hike. And I was like, yeah, whatever, that'll be fine.
Is that where Vico and Con got like
Yes.
stranded for hours?
Yes.
Amazing.
Because so first of all, you're doing the hike, it's beautiful, it's amazing. It's on a cliff edge with like no rails. That's fine. Whatever. It's beautiful. I got amazing pictures. You start looping back around, and then there's like an 80% grade uphill, which is
excellent.
Not for humans to do. And like I'm in shape, but like I'm a dancer. That's different. I had to stop and like so many times. So Belle, if you go, just be warned, it is quite the hike uphill at the end, not at the beginning.
I
And
think
what
you
was
should go and like recreate that video of Vico like climbing like
too late?
spider
She's back
crawling down. No, 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 like Belle.
for Belle.
Belle,
Yeah.
you go and recreate the video of Vico like spider crawling down the side of the cliff while Con giggles.
I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, recommend it. It's incredible. It's a beautiful hike, regardless again of the attachment to the show, but that is awesome. Then we went to Pia Beach, which is where the inn was, again, as far as I know, which is a black sand beach, gorgeous. We burned our feet off trying to walk on said black sand. So hot. But that's fine. It's hard to kind of, that beach is very, very, very beautiful, but it is kind of it has like a little like a beachfront like little restaurant with like a DJ. So it's kind of hard to imagine it being where the show was, as it looks so different right now. But it was still beautiful and we really loved it. Yeah, very, oh sorry, someone scared me. Very gorgeous beach. And then we went to Tahanga, and Tahanga is the beach where a lot of scenes were filmed. So the letter writing, um Steed's dream where he kills Izzy in the beginning of season 2, the running to each other, which we'll talk about in a second, and then the fight scene at the end. Yeah, there were a lot of things that were filmed on that beach. And again, shout out to Chloe and everybody in our chat who helped me find the exact places to go and like find the correct rock formations like based on the rock shapes. But I found them. I found the right rocks. And that beach is really beautiful and amazing. I could have spent all day there. Also a black sand beach, so did burn my feet. But yeah, we saw all these like different weird jellies that had like washed up on shore, and these like weird barnacle creatures that had washed up on shore. It's just very magical. There's a cave you can walk into. Yeah, so that was really.
And you made a really great video of you and Seed and Ed running together. And I meant to put that up on our Instagram, but I forgot. And
okay.
I'm gonna do
here's
that
your reminder.
Eventually. Yeah.
Because there's also the picture we recreated where the elbow holding picture that we recreated.
Yeah.
That was we couldn't make the background look exactly the same because we're using a phone camera and not a film camera, right? It didn't look exactly right, but yeah, it was really fun. Again, thank you to my wonderful friends for indulging me with that and making all this content with me. And so that was really our big like our flag day. Then we did a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff and other things. We did go to a Shipwreck Trading Co. that has some of the props left still. So that was fun to see. And then that was in Wellington.
What props are still left?
Like this sort of like a square, like a heavy square. There's like a heavy square.
The square. The famous square.
I don't know the word, but it's like, it's like a big heavy square with like, and there's like nothing in it, but it's like heavy.
A box?
Not a box. It's more like cylindrical, kind of like a barrel, but like sort of like soft on the outside. Anyway,
what
one of
is it? Where was it used?
I think it was like in the background somewhere, probably like on the Republic of Pirates. But there was like a
so it's a square, but
thing.
it's a circle.
I put a picture of it in our chat, so.
Oh my God, amazing.
And then there's like a couple different weapons still there. That's pretty much it. It's been picked over by fans, which is great and appreciated, But the two Davids, was it David? No, Robert. The two Roberts that owned the store were really nice and like really excited. Like, oh, you're a fan? Like, we can talk to you about it. Yeah, it was so fun. We did like 5 different pirate shows that year. Pirates are really in.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, it sounds like you had fun. That's great.
We did. And the last thing we did on on our way to the airport, we stopped at Howick Historical Village where after much trying to figure it out, again, thank you to Chloe for their help. It was partially where where Mary and Anne's antique store was. But yeah, Howick Historical Village, it looks very different now than it did in the show. So again, kind of hard to imagine what was there, but it still was cool to see it. And yeah, it was just really the best place ever. Everyone should go visit. Again, am open for marriage.
Aw.
But yeah, Belle, I can't wait for you to go. You're gonna have so much fun.
And Bella's gonna go, and then Chloe's gonna go. So basically, everyone except for me and Ringa get to go to New Zealand
That's okay. I'll get there someday.
someday. Someday. Okay. And
Hey,
Belle,
before we move on,
yes.
I just want to show you what just came in the mail. Ready?
Oh, a little seagull. Is that Olivia or Carl? Oh, you got both of them. Oh,
That's so cute.
that's so
Sorry.
cute.
They just arrived in the mail today. They're gonna be for the Calypso party in May, but I picked them up like 20 minutes ago when I was walking in the door, so I thought you all would like
You,
to see them.
you should make a giant cake and put like a little bride thing on Olivia and like a little bow tie on Carl and make them cake toppers
Oh, see,
for like a giant cake.
I thought you were gonna say to make a giant cake and do the like Ed and Seed toppers
No, well,
with the
this year it'll be like Olivia and Carl are getting married.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
you can have two cakes.
yeah.
Why not
All
have two
cakes.
cakes? Have two
Never
cakes.
enough cake.
There's
All right.
truly never enough cake in the world.
All right.
Oh.
Interrupted you talking to Belle with my birds.
Yeah, and
So-
really quick, I also want to shout out Sunset Tattoo in Auckland, where I got my another our flag tattoo there. They're great.
Yay!
And what did you get?
I got a message in a bottle that says "lovely letter," just like
Aw.
Oh,
in my
that's
background
cute.
because I
Aw.
was there.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
So, and Belle got to see Reese in Austin.
I did.
Tell us your favorite part.
Oh my goodness, that's hard. Well, the first night, so I was there for the first night and the first show and the last show of the four that he did. So in the first one, he got surprised by the fact that I had put a table on the stage, and the amount of extra material that he came up with that table was absolute magic. That man is an incredible stand-up comedian and an amazing improver, as we all know. We've all seen it. We've all heard it. So
honestly, the best part of a show is when he just starts going off on something that is totally not planned.
Right. And we must have run so late because by the time we left, and it was already time for the next show to start. So that's how much extra he just went off. Like
Given
an extra
you're a divergent
45
person,
minutes.
a prop, and they're just gone.
It's on. Yeah. So it really was wonderful.
And you did get a photo with him?
We did get a photo with the group. So a few of us stayed after the very, very last show, talked to Steve, kind of flattered him a little bit to get so I can go get Reese if you want. We're like, sure. Stay calm, stay cool.
And he said, as long as you aren't weird.
Yeah, as long as nobody asked him weird questions, we're like, we're fine. We're people. We're normal. We'll behave. So it was lovely. He did come out. He talked to us for about a minute. He said, "Okay, let's take a photo." We took a photo, and then just as we were covered, by the way, we were really bundled up because the temperature dropped and it was like 3 degrees.
Oh, geez.
And at the very last second, I think must have been arranging my only the pause shirt that I was wearing, and he saw it, and he was like, "Oh!" And I went, "Yeah." I showed it to him, and he went, "Oh, I need a hug." And I was like, "Of course." So he gave me a hug.
Oh my!
And up until now, I managed to be normal. Like you could have just normal, perfectly normal. And then another of the people that were there said, "Oh, I don't get the reference." And he, like a normal person,
Fake
said,
fans.
He said, "It's a show I did," and I went, "Oh my God, you gotta watch this! The most amazing show ever! It's hilarious!" So I was like, "Okay, well, there he goes."
No, I'm sure he loved that.
I was right there. 30 more seconds, and I would have been normal person.
Honestly,
in front of him.
Because it was about short poppies and not like Our Flag Means Death, he probably loved it.
Like
He wants
else.
people to be weird about that show.
Well, I have been weird about this twice with him already. Another was in London. But yeah, so
Well,
I
then
love
you
that
have
show.
to be weird about it in where are you seeing him? Wellington?
In Wellington.
Yeah, you have to now be weird about it in a different way.
That's
in
right.
Wellington. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was lovely.
So let's get to fandom news, general news. New fandom lore has dropped.
Mhm.
Butthole Buccaneers and Loyal and Nosy. So, or Loyal and Noisy.
Noisy. Yeah.
Noisy are new. Okay, so I know Butthole Buccaneers. I'm not
Right.
familiar with Loyal and Noisy, so make sure I
Okay.
circle back
Well, let
and
me
get the
just
lore on that. But can someone give us a too long didn't read of where Butthole Buccaneers came
Yes. I have the tweet right here.
from?
Someone skeeted, sorry, we don't tweet anymore, we skeet. Skeeted, Edward Teach was married with kids, wasn't he? Like, historically speaking, he was out for the booty, not the bussy. I have no clue about Bonnet. He could have been a butthole buccaneer, but Teach surely wasn't. Isn't it illegal to gayify historical figures without written consent? So there's a lot to take in there, especially since Seed Bonnet was actually also married. And as we all know, being married means you cannot be gay.
Nope. 100%
Uh,
true.
Love
Tag yourself. I'm illegal.
isn't it isn't it
Isn't
illegal
it illegal?
to gaify
to
historical
gayify
figures?
historical. So that has come up, given us a lot of great lore. Someone immediately changed the Steed Bonnet Wikipedia page to say Steed Bonnet was an English pirate who was known as the Butthole Buccaneer. Um, and then the Blackbeard page changed to little is known about his early life, but he signed his consent to be gayified by writers. And we got all the normal amazing memes
So
like
many memes.
Royal Privateering Academy for Butthole Buccaneers and the whole like I didn't even know there was gayifying happening here and good stuff like that like we normally do
My
for
favorite is a screenshot of the, you wouldn't steal a car
you
that
wouldn't gayify a
historical
historical character.
figure without written consent.
One thing about this fandom is we will meme the shit out of it like very quickly and very heavily. So
And so
congrats,
what's
we're all butthole buccaneers now. The other one is someone tweeted, and this one I think was going on, let's see, February 23rd. So it was during the hubbub of all the craft fair stuff and everything too. So I think it kind of just got kind of swept under a bit, but someone skeeted, am I the only one puzzled by why a high proportion of posts here seem to refer to a show I have never heard of called Our Flag Means Death? Seems to have a very loyal and noisy following on here.
nice? I am
So,
always shocked by how many people have never heard of Our Flag Means Death.
so yeah, there was a whole bunch of people who changed like their, blue sky name to loyal and noisy and and stuff like that. But yeah, and then we had, I mean, I think the even though the half a pyramid has been in our lexicon, um just I feel like anytime like the majority of the fandom changes their username to something, it should go in the lore. Because with the our flag means death craft auction, which we'll cover multiple times today, um everyone changed their names to I don't have the pyramid.
Oh my gosh. And those of you who are watching, post in the chat something. I forgot to tell you all to do that. Post hi, post if you have a question for us, if there's something that you want us to cover today, we will cover it.
We'll answer any question you have, no
Yes.
matter what it is.
And no matter what. And March
Especially
3rd,
if it's raunchy
yes.
and controversial. Carly likes it when people
Controversial.
get riled up. Carly likes people to be harmed.
um, March March 3rd is Our Flag Means Death's official 3rd anniversary. 333. Three's on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an omen for season 3. This is actually good. No comments. This is a good
sure,
time
yes,
for us to say that in March 3rd, 2023, it was 2022.
Yeah.
March 3rd, 2022. I did not know Our Flag Means Death existed. It wasn't until April, I think, when the kiss happened, that all of a sudden my Twitter was just flooded with gifs of the kiss. And I was like, well, I guess I'm watching this show now.
It's so funny. And I didn't hear about the show until like almost but right before season 2 came out, and I didn't know anything about it that like my friend liked it. And so when the kiss happened, I was genuinely so shocked and surprised. And I'm really sorry you didn't get that experience because it was really the most like amazing thing. I was like, wait, they're really doing it?
Yeah. I only knew about it ahead of time because I was already a fan of Taika's. So I had been looking forward to the Taika Pirate Show. And and also I am a lover of pirates in general. So it was like two of my big things coming together. And I didn't watch from the beginning. I picked up like a couple weeks in, but went through and was like live watching while texting a friend, oh my god. And then when the kiss happened, she was like, are you okay? No, and I haven't been since.
Actually, I'm not. Thank you for asking.
The kiss heard around the world.
Yeah. For real though.
And is it okay if I skip around in our agenda, because I want to talk about David's Blue Sky fic, because Andrea, just moments before this show started,
I will murder everyone you love if you deviate from this thing at all.
Andrea read it for the first time just like a few hours before our show live began. So I want to hear Andrea's reaction.
It's probably nice to read it all at once and not have like months separating responses, like literally middle of sentences. And then
and I saw y'all talking about it while I was in Aotearoa, and I was like, okay, I don't have the emotional capacity for this right now. I just can't do it. So I've been home for a week. I'm like, okay, I've been home for a week. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna make myself sit and read this. And I was like, nope, I wasn't ready. I still wasn't ready.
Oh wow.
It's such a to all of us, it's such a precious story that it's so hard for me to like adapt to like new information. I'm like, I can't take it in. I don't know. But no, I really loved it. As always, even in this little, like, I'm going to say somewhat low effort story, because there was like typos and like obviously things that didn't make sense in terms of the actual story, like with the kerchief and the ring and of Izzy's, obviously, like that.
Yeah.
It's fine. Bless him. He gave us a wonderful gift. Even with this like very sort of low effort little story he put together, the relationship being so real, the Gentlebeard relationship, and so grounded in what adult relationships are like, it throws me every time. I'm like, I am not ready to look this closely at my own life. Can you stop? I can't do this right now.
I was very pleased to see, like, and I've covered this on this Gay Pirate News Hour before, that like Ed and Steed are not just like happy forever after, it is real, and that is something I like. I mean, that's why I like the movie Love Actually. It's not everyone doesn't get a perfect story, because that's just not how things are. Right. And that's what I like about this. And I especially love Jealous Ed in like everything. I love him in fan fictions like that, and is delicious.
And David stays very, very true for the characters. There's not a part where I'm like, that character wouldn't do that or wouldn't say that. Everything's like, of course Steed would say that, and of course Ed would say that, and of course this would happen. Like it of course he knows the characters, but it's not just like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, of course that's the only thing that Steed would say in that moment that is just perfect and great. So for those of you who are not clear on what we're talking about, we're talking about the showrunner of Our Flag Means Death, David Jenkins, is on the Blue Sky app, and he, starting in Christmas, he began skeeting a story that is I would call it kind of a season 2.5. It's an episode, it's a Christmas episode, Christmas/Valentine's Day episode. And it follows Ed and Steed at the inn, and also what the Revenge crew is doing. A new character named Applejack is introduced.
Yeah, we still need to do our Applejack episode. I'm very excited about that possibility.
I know, who I love. And that's the other thing about David Jenkins. Like, he skeets like 2 lines about this new character, and I'm like, I love this character. I love him. And then we find out why Applejack is important. I'm not going to give it away. And everything, there's adventure, there's romance, there's interpersonal conflict, and there's surprise, there's sabotage, there is
Comedy.
twists. What was that?
There's
Comedy.
I
Yeah.
love
Comedy. Yeah, there's a lot of comedy. Yes. It is a great episode. I enjoyed it. Maybe some things might not make sense canon wise, but
Yeah. For just being like
fine. It's fine. It's great.
Toss out like fan. Ow. God damn it. Sorry.
Yeah.
The cat. He wants to be in my lap, but also doesn't want to be in my lap.
Okay, so let's go through everyone. Tell us your favorite thing about David's Blue Sky episode.
Okay, I'm gonna say not Gentlebeard stuff, although that's obviously my favorite everything, because that's always where I'm at. My favorite was the reappearance of Buttons, my actual favorite character. That was my favorite thing. I was like, oh my God, Buttons the human.
Yeah. And when that happened, I was like, I definitely, that moment made me so happy. Ringa, what was your favorite moment from the story?
I mean, Jealous Ed, honestly, that is my favorite flavor, and just them being kind of like Steed being kind of bitchy and Ed being kind of huffy and jealous because he has to do work and not just be a pretty princess, and that is excellent. And of course, I like the ghost of Izzy telling him to fuck off or whatever he said. I don't even remember. That was so long ago when Izzy Ghost popped up. That was like early December, like so. But you know, it I was like, and then it just ends, but that's like where an episode would end. So, in fact, that was probably way too long to be an episode, really. If you were thinking of it as an episode, a lot of stuff got stuffed in there. I don't know that we'd have like the actual like Ricky thing in that episode. And, you know, like I don't know if it'd get that far. But
remember, so the first episode of season 2, what we got all the things. We got the crew of the Revenge now is with Jackie, and they need to work to afford their thing. We have Ed doing marriage wedding thing. Anyway, you don't need me to replay season 2 episode 1. But Belle, what was your favorite thing from David's?
I'm about to get canceled and banned from the show.
Okay.
I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I'm saving it.
No, my
honestly,
gosh.
I get you, because that's what I was doing up until last night.
I'm curious, what's your emotional reasoning for not watching it just yet? Is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I need to be in the right headspace for it. I have it saved. I have my lovely mates have put together a document for me. So they're like, here, everything in one space, so you can read it all as a fic. And
I understand that.
I'll get there. I get there.
Yeah, I've actually like not rewatched Our Flag Means Death in like over a year now, and I'm like, I don't know if I can emotionally handle it. Yeah, know,
maybe that's
right
what
now.
It is. I don't want to put, although it's still, I will still look at it. I'll take whatever I want out of it and keep the rest, as I do with everything. But maybe I just I don't want to see some of those stories tied yet.
Yeah,
but I'll get there. I will.
As far as with anybody reading it, just remember it's not canon, like as you're going through it, because for many reasons, but like obviously this was not intended to be a accurate depiction of what will happen in a season 3, because if it was, he wouldn't be putting it out there on Blue Sky right now. And clearly he needs a continuity team to come in and work with his words. But I would say read it. There was some good stuff in there, even for a hater like me. So
And I love Applejack is probably my favorite thing from it, because as soon as that character was introduced, I was like, backstory. There's so many different directions this character could go. Conflict between Ed and Steed. Is he duplicitous? Like I want to know all the things. Is he related to Calico Jack?
Now I feel like David killed that dream for you.
No, it's still possible. It's still possible.
Well, the whole Jack thing.
You
had Carly had a very great concept of Applejack being actually just Jack, but with insomnia.
Yeah, that was my idea, because I'm very funny.
Oh, yes. What's the word I'm looking for? Not insomnia.
He had amnesia.
Amnesia.
But insomnia can lead to memory loss, so you're not wrong.
I have to say, you guys, people in the chat who did watch, people who are watching who did read David's Blue Sky fic, post in the chat what your favorite thing from David's Blue Sky fic is, now that is complete. Yeah. And little old me says in the chat, I don't have much social media, so I'm glad we covered it here. Yay! And
I will say one of my favorite tweets about the David Jenkins thing was that it was from someone in the canyon, and they were like, well, one thing we do agree on with David Jenkins is that Steve and Ed just need a third guy.
It's true.
100%.
It's true. Honestly, I think probably a lot of relationships could benefit from a third person.
Word.
Yep.
I say, I just go find you an Applejack. That's my advice.
I'm going to skip around one more time just because it's happening right now. The Our Flag Means Death craft fair has revealed that a lot of you bitches are extremely rich. Y'all are paying thousands of dollars for things, and it's good because it's all going to trans youth, so that's fantastic. Glad that money is flowing that direction. But what do you people do for a living? How are you spending thousands on a scarf?
Right now we're at $69,805.
Generated.
And last I checked, which was like 15 minutes before this episode, we had raised $1.88 per story on Archive of Our Own in the Our Flag Means Death fandom.
Insane.
Nice.
That's insane.
It is insane. And especially since their original goal was the original goal was like $5,000.
Yeah.
And then they pushed it up and it was $37,000. So now we're at 188.7% of goal. Now with Reese's recent donation, I feel like and always it's at like $2,162 now, this scarf that Rosie made. As with any auction, as all of the eBayers know from the early 2000s, everything heats up right at the end. So this ends tonight at 11:45 Eastern, which is 8:45 Pacific. And right before that, there's probably going to be a bunch of people like going at it with bidding wars with each other. So
So good on the fandom. You raising lots of money, excellent stuff, good stuff. What are some of the things that people can get? They can get a voice recording of Con O'Neill saying whatever you want. We've got a square of the depression robe from Samba. Reese just came in today and is donating a scarf that was made by Rosie, and there's a picture of him wearing it, and the gray part is covering his mouth, and it would be really weird if ever bought that would inhale Reese's.
That would be weird.
That is a kiss, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so we all know. Your mouth
That's
is where
indirect
his mouth
kiss.
was.
That's one of the best.
That's a kiss.
That's one of the best fan fiction tropes.
It would almost be as weird as someone picking up Reese's glass after he left a restaurant and then drinking from it. Which
Nobody would do
be
that.
an insane thing to do.
Nobody would do that.
No one would do that.
Totally silly.
No one I know would do
Nobody.
that. No one within my vicinity. If I found out that they did that, I would not be their friend anymore.
That would be harmful.
Horrifying, even.
Yeah. Pearl clutching.
There's no pearls left. We got rid of all the pearls.
So that's all happening. Let's get to Reese Darby news. I saw him in LA. So I've seen every single show that he's done in LA, in the LA area, since 2023 now, except for one that I missed. And it was great. It was the show that he did right before his world tour. So it was a lot of material that I'd seen before, but it's really great to see him like do it again. What do you want to know about it? Ask me questions. Let's move on. It was a great show. He didn't come out afterwards because I think he hasn't in LA for a while, and it hurts my feelings a little bit. It's fine. But I think based on what Belle says, I think he's scared of us because we ask him weird questions.
I think weird is a relative term here. I think you guys are asking him the wrong weird questions. Don't
ask him what time he was born, Carly.
I don't think that even ranks, honestly. But ask him about, like, if he met a Yeti in the woods, where would he take it for a hamburger? Like, ask him that. Like, him,
and that's
like
actually,
that.
I would want to know that. That is a question I can answer to.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
what Disney World ride would you take the Jersey Devil on with you first?
You guys put in the chat what questions you would ask Reese Darby if you got a chance to ask him a question, and that will generate some ideas for those of us who are in LA, and clearly we ask dumb questions, weird questions, and we're weird, and so we've scared him and he doesn't come out anymore. But those of you who are in the UK and in New Zealand who are going to see him on the tour, maybe he might come out. Maybe you don't want to be like the LA people and ask him what time he was born. Maybe you want to.
You don't need to ask him. You can just listen to our Flag Means fan fiction.
You don't have to ask him. Yeah, you
already know that.
Because we already know it. He's a Taurus rising. He's a Pisces sun. 29 degrees Pisces, not an Aries. Very.
Listen to the astrology episode, and you will get all of your questions answered.
And he's an Aquarius moon. Right. So anyway, moving on. The Queen Mary thing. Oh, Andrea, this is a you and us thing.
I know.
So we did a Haunted Hollywood Hour episode on the Queen Mary. It was a great episode. We worked really hard on it.
My mom liked it.
Aw. I edited it over the weekend, and then on Wednesday morning it dropped. And the moment it dropped happened to be the night that Reese spent on the Queen Mary with buttons. And that was really weird.
Honestly,
really
soul
weird.
connection. And that's the only explanation. And I will not hear anything else.
Exactly. No. And when that all happened, before that all happened, I should say, a horse showed up at my barn. And its nameplate said buttons. Like
Whoa.
like the same time that Reese and Buttons go to the Queen Mary, at the same time that we're releasing an episode on the Queen Mary, a horse shows up at my barn named Buttons.
Why did the horse show up at your why did
It was
where did the horse come from?
Is this horse okay?
Of course is this.
It was a horse, like it was a new horse that was moving in, you know. Yeah.
Oh,
From a random person.
Not a loose horse.
Not a
that's
loose
what I'm
horse.
picturing. Like a
Yeah.
horse showed up at my door and its name was Buttons. Like, no, just a new horse at the barn. Okay, that makes more sense. I totally thought like you just meant like, and then a horse came up to me and his name was Buttons.
I mean, and if we want to go into like another level of weirdness, so there's a new Cryptid Factor episode that just came out yesterday, right? And one of the topics that Buttons talks about is euthanasia, which that released the day after I had to sadly euthanize my pet sheep. And so euthanasia has been on my mind a whole lot. And anyway, I just think that's
Okay,
If there are, I
know...
can't think of
Lazy
any
code.
more signs from the universe
Lazy code,
that you are
yeah.
spiritually connected than that, right? Like, what else do you need?
What
You
is
know?
the horse's owner's name? Is it Mary?
I don't know. I'll have to
I'm not-
look on the stall plate. I forget what the horse's owner's
is
name.
Mary. You need to like do a salt circle or something because that means that Reese is coming for you.
It's actually a threat.
You need to do an
Oh, God,
incantation to keep him away.
Yeah. So okay, Belle, you okay? I'm
just
sorry.
like shut down.
I was just like overwhelmed by this long list of things on our agenda to get to, and I was like, we're wasting time, like terrible.
Well, that's okay, because last month you guys were ahead of time, so this month we need to do more to make up for it.
So Belle, you put down a whole lot of things that is going on with Reese right now.
Yeah, so let me go. First, I'll
Yeah.
cover the just a quick rundown of the things that he's done as he's been on the road and going to these different places. So in Austin, he also went to the Museum of Weird. He did a little video, very adorable. He was very happy with that. He went to Raleigh, North Carolina, which the first night was fantastic. The second night, they had a blizzard. And much like the rest of the South, as soon as the blizzard hit, everything shut down. Their show got canceled, but then uncanceled, and they had a half full house, but they were very happy that they at least got to do it. So he was very happy with all the Riley fans that braved the snow for him. He went to New York. Finn, his son, came out and performed before he went on, so that was exciting.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I think that's the end of those news.
And okay, switching to David Jenkins news, we covered the Blue Sky Fic, but we didn't cover that he donated a copy of the Act of Grace that Taika doodled on, and a teapot set that Max sent out as a promo for season 1. And there was a bunch of really cute promo stuff from Max, like way back when season 1 of Our Five Means Death, that it was sadly underutilized. But do we have any idea of what the Act of Grace is up to now as we speak?
Let me check. Because yeah, that's very cool, and I'm sure most of us had noticed, but it's the exact copy of the Act of Grace that Aaron Epstein, the set photographer, had like taken a close-up picture of back when everything was being like documented from the first season. There's a really good close-up picture of the little doodle that Taika did. It is right now at $7,690. $7,690.
How do you people have
That's a
$7,000 of
like
disposable income?
Maybe 2 cars if you don't need them to run for very long.
That's double I think the amount of money I spent on my trip. That's insane.
That's several months of rent in Texas.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
Well, I feel like some of these people, maybe not that one, but some of these people are just like, well, we're maxing out the credit card, to get this, because it is like a once in a lifetime if you're really into it.
Yeah.
If you're a big Taika fan, that's huge. And I mean, Taika, even like I came into this show because of Taika. You know, people have loved him
Yeah.
for a long time. He's an Oscar winner. So this is very, very cool piece, and that it was donated by David, and David's including a note in both of his auction items. So that's just very, very awesome. But yeah, holy shit.
But if you are one of these people who are spending over $1,000 on these things, I would love to hear from you. Either post in the chat that's scrolling now, like, hey, yeah, I spent over $1,000. I would love to know what you do for work. I would love to know what your mafia connections are. Are you related to royalty? Did you get an inheritance? Did you win the lottery? How do you have this much disposable income? Not being judgy, just being like, I need to know your secrets. Do you invest in stocks, crypto? How?
Well, they got a very lucrative deal to buy half a pyramid.
Taika, let's go into Taika news.
Let's go into Taika.
Belle, you wrote a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have you take over the Taika news.
I'll take two very quick things that I forgot with Reese. One is that he did a lot of interviews lately. A really good one was he was in Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, Inside of You. It was adorable. It was very cute. He did a lot of very true laughing, which I love it when he does that, when he just truly, truly laughs. So worth checking out. Find it on YouTube. And then for the Australian fans, The Lost Tiger, which he did voices for, just came out in theaters. So go watch it.
Platypus.
He's a platypus.
Platypus.
So cute. So yeah, go watch that. But yes, back to Taika. So this past month he received the Norman Lear Award for outstanding production and such.
Yeah,
another thing, for producing.
And he had a great speech. He was just like,
yes.
I don't know what I'm doing. I think
played with a teleprompter.
Yeah,
with a teleprompter like he loves to do. Like, oh, I thought that was okay this morning. Skip that. And just that kind of thing. So very, very, very cute. Thanked a woman who inspired him, his mother, like the usual, just Taika being fantastic and wonderful. He also directed 2 of the Super Bowl commercials, if any sports people are out there.
Yeah, one was Seal's face on a seal.
Yes, Mountain Dew commercial. The other one was a very sweet Lay's potato chips about farmers. So yeah, he's putting in his time.
So I'm sure like directing Super Bowl commercials, great way to make disposable income, kind of a hard job to get into. So if any of you in the Our Flag Means Death fandom are out there like directing Super Bowl commercials, maybe that's where you get your disposable income. I just want to know what you do for a living. I just want to know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Other people are directing Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
He's also in talks to direct James, which is an adaptation of a Percival Everett novel with Steven Spielberg as the executive producer. So that's another one of his coming up. And interesting, Star Wars, his Star Wars film, which has been talked about forever and ever, and it keeps going back and forth on whether he's going to do it or not. It's back kind of on the radar. There's talks of because Kathleen Kennedy is retiring towards rumors is she's retiring this year. There's a lot of Taika also kind of chatter about who's going to take Lucasfilm as head. And she actually did an interview where she said that the reason the Taika film hasn't come out yet is just because he doesn't have time. But that it's not Disney that's kind of stopping it. It's
just like time and
working.
schedule.
Yeah,
of course they would say that. I don't know if I believe that. He will work on 18 projects at once. I think we need to have a website like, is the Taika Star Wars happening? And then every day it just updates, like, those ones that are like, is it Tuesday?
Like the doomsday clock, how it gets closer,
Or the one that was like, who was it? Is somebody alive? Maybe it was like Kissinger.
Oh yeah, it was Kissinger. Yeah.
Oh, and there's one from Michael Jackson, I think too. Like maybe that was the Twitter that was just like
Yes. So someone do that.
No.
Is like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, someone's probably rich
Star Wars
from like
movie
web design and all their web design dollars bidding on all these things. Can you make us a website?
Make us a website, because it really does change week to week. It back and forth quite a lot, and it's frustrating. But
Okay, Ringa, do you want to get into Con O'Neill news?
I want to get into Con O'Neill. Um,
Don't we all, darling?
so last month, Con did a momentous event called Izzy Into Me, which I knew nothing about. And that's a lie. If you guys haven't listened to it, we did a little live debrief on that event here on the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast, and you can go listen to it in the pod wherever you get your podcasts, or you can watch the video here on YouTube, where me and Tessa talk about what it was like to write fan fiction that the cast read out loud
And it was amazing.
acted out.
Well done.
Yes.
Life goals.
Yes, it was very exciting. So that happened, and I told him last night that we were going to be talking about it today, and he was like, "Good luck." And I'm like, "People are still catching their breath." It it was very spicy.
Yeah.
Content warning.
Yeah. So now a month on, how are you feeling about it? Are you still what are your thoughts reflecting back?
I can't believe it was like almost a month ago. It
Yeah.
seems like not that long. Time is weird and the whole world is crumbling. So like that's probably my highlight of the year already. But
Yeah.
it was a very, very cool thing to have 4 actors from like one of my favorite shows of all time read words that I wrote for them for in their, not in their characters necessarily, except for Vico and Khan, but that is quite amazing.
And not just any words, very intimate words.
Yes. I mean, like I said on the debrief, like one of the first things I wrote was Jim telling Izzy to suck their strap because I wanted Jim to say that to Izzy. And then Vico said it to Khan, and it was like amazing. It's just like dreams do come true, friends. Just keep being filthy.
I love that. I love that.
And then yeah, Khan and Samba were like Khan's been in LA for a while and Samba lives there, of course, and so they got together, and it was exactly 2 weeks after that momentous event, and I messaged Khan and was like, "Love that you and Samba got together for your 2-week anniversary of reading porn together on the internet."
Aww.
And then Vico mentioned the event on Today in Gay, which was like, I don't know, that was almost like more exciting because I'd been planning the event and working on it for such a long time. Like to hear Vico talk about it and just like casually and stuff on their podcast was just really cool to me. So I was very excited about that.
And Vico was didn't just like, oh, we did a thing. It was like a fan wrote fan fiction for us that was pornographic in nature, and we read it, and then like they drilled down on this was all consensual, blah 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 blah. So that was really good.
Yeah, this cast is amazing. And it's just who I don't know, what is my life? I constantly am asking myself that, because although I am constantly very, very poor and parts of my body seem to be falling off, you know, these amazing things happen to me. So my fortune cookie today in my said to find the humor in serious situations, and I was like, done.
Yeah.
So
So what else is happening with Khan?
What else is happening with Khan?
We have to make this somewhat quick.
Right.
Technically, we have 7 minutes left, but
no, time is irrelevant. So he went to Gallifrey 1, which was a Doctor Who con in LA. He was there to meet up with someone. He was not there to attend a Doctor Who convention, but he put on a cosplayer's Sixth Doctor coat because it's the one with all the different colors and the patches and stuff. And poor Khan is just such a little guy. I mean, in body size, not in, you saw that first Izzy event, and then like people were posting pictures of him with his coat on, and I'm like, because I'm a classic Who fan, and I messaged him like, "Oh, you're wearing a Colin Baker coat," and he's like, "I don't know, am I?" It's like, Jesus Christ. He's like not a Whovian, but is at the WhoCon, so people were all abuzz about why was he there? He was just meeting up with someone. It was not like nothing scandalous and nothing that exciting. Uh, and then yes, he won there's a contest right now on Tumblr that is I believe the Tumblr is sexy old man bracket or something like that. But it's like the 64 sexiest old men. And then, you vote, they're in pairs and you vote. He won the first round against Tony Hawk. And he is now in the second round against Patrick Stewart. And he's winning. So
Wow.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting. So we'll see. Go on. If you go on Tumblr and you look at the Izzy Hands tag, it gets in there somewhere. And then he's donated the 2 minutes recording for the craft fair. So if you have over $1,000 some and you want to hear Khan say whatever you want him to say, the description said something like, "Please be respectful." Yeah, and he has the right of refusal, but he's gonna say whatever you tell him to say. So you can either give him a little script or give him some topic to speak on and he'll just go crazy, just like a cameo. So that'll be fun. And then
So I'm just gonna interrupt real quick. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have to go. I'm sorry.
wow.
I know, I'm the
Did you
worst.
expect this to be an hour?
I should have known, and B, I am awkwardly sitting in my car and more people are arriving. I look insane. So I'm gonna go.
Bye. Thank you for telling us about your trip. And
also, if I can do a little plug, not that I ever do anything on the internet, but I am writing my first ever Substack post about trying to record a podcast episode while we were there and it failing. And I'm trying to remember what we talked about. So I'm working on that right now. So when that's done, at least you people who my friends have to read it.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you, Andrea.
And don't forget to post our great content we made for you.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that great content.
Have fun. I'll see y'all soon.
Yay. Bye, Andrea. Oh.
Okay, and so
the rest of the things are small little bits of stuff. So we're actually doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Okay, so Samba. Who wants to talk about what Samba's doing?
Well, he's doing a class for Momentous in April, another baking class, but we don't know yet when that is. So as we've said, just save all of April. Don't schedule things. They usually happen on a weekend. So just keep your April wide open.
By the way, a profiterole is a cream puff. So a cream puff is what he's making.
Sounds delicious. If anybody wants to make that, I will come eat it. Despite being a semi-professional baker, I hate to bake, but I love to eat all the baked goods. So I will come and eat your profiterole.
And Belle, Christian Narn news.
Well, he performed as a DJ at the World of Warcraft tour that they're doing. So when they were in London, he got to spin his records, and I've seen him do
really
it.
Into. Yeah,
he's amazing. I saw it in London, and it was incredible. And I got to dance with Vico a little bit. So
nice. Yeah, I saw him perform at SuperCon in 2023. So yeah, that was very cool little rave thing. And he's really into World of Warcraft, so I bet that was a super fun show for him.
And Vico Bell, what's going on with Vico?
Well, they just announced that they're going to be part of the Firestop Fest in New York in May. They'll be premiering their solo show. And the Firestop Fest is a LGBTQ Latinx festival going on May 17th.
Vico Ortiz solo show, and I'm sure they will come to LA and do their solo show.
Probably.
Yeah. And I think that they said it was kind of burlesque. So.
Well, they're very good at that.
Maybe I need to go to New York in May.
And there's a bullet point here that says, according to Today and Gay, they are only with one partner currently and are accepting advances
Yes.
or another
The applications.
They said to go ahead and
Shoot their
slide into
shot.
their DMs. Yeah. So
shoot your shot.
they're
Wow.
a poly person, and they're currently only with one partner, so they're trying to, you know, they're trying to be too busy for life. That's what happens. We got to have like something going on all the seconds of the day. But yeah, it was real cute. Someone sent a message in to Today and Gay from Puerto Rico, who likes to play Dungeons and Dragons, and told Vico they'd like to play Dungeons and Dragons with them. They're another poly Puerto Rican, so Vico was real excited. But yeah, it's cute. So if you like,
That's a good idea. Pitching activities that you could do with Vico.
mhm. But if you're interested in Vico, which is like all of us,
Everyone.
uh, it's time, baby. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So go for it.
Does
And
Vico like riding horses and petting
sure,
animals?
I would imagine. Sounds like fun.
I did tag them in my drag look from 2 weekends
Nice.
ago, and
Nice.
so yeah, this is my
Mhm.
shooting the shot, I suppose.
Nice, nice.
Rub-
And
Rubo is announced as a guest at the new Unicon in the UK. Yay!
mhm.
And donated a signed box of Qingxi fragrance to the
Yeah.
OFMD. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes. Yeah. So she said that was something that got her like really started with the character was this fragrance. So she donated a box, she signed it, and everyone is very, very awesome and giving cool stuff to this craft fair. Everyone seemed to kind of like, because it seems like DJ came upon it kind of by accident, and then since then everyone's kind of like hearing about it. So all these celebrity things are coming in late because people are just finding out about it. But I've been telling Liz, who like organized and was running it, that she should do like an all cast and crew auction.
The poor,
because
she's probably exhausted.
oh yeah, absolutely, like no time soon. But I was just like, this could be its whole own thing, and given more time, I'm sure that so many more people would donate to it because they're all awesome. So
and David Fane is announced. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. David Fane is announced as a second guest at the new Unicon in the UK. So when is the new Unicon, by the way?
So actually, I will talk about that in just a minute when I get to the fandom events. So let's finish up these last couple celebrities here.
Ewan, oh my God, so many. Everyone's doing the things. Ewan Bremner is there really an M in his name?
Yeah, Bremner.
I may have mistaken, but yeah, no,
you spelled it wrong, but it's Bremner.
I looked backwards.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you spelled it wrong. Okay, so Ewan Bremner is set to appear in Cold Water, a 6-part series with Andrew Lincoln. It's a 6-part thriller.
Ooh,
okay,
thriller.
Cool. Do we know what platform that's going to be on?
I looked and I couldn't find it, but I am also, challenged. So
also,
I'm sure it's easily
we probably didn't look hard enough. So, but Google Cold Water and find out where that's going to be. And Gus Kahn had his 5th kid.
Oh my, that's what I got from the post.
Wow.
Welcome number 5. And it was like, does that mean 5th kid, 3rd kid? Because that's first, I don't know. But there was a baby involved.
Yeah.
Of some number, or some incredibly high number.
More evidence that if I were to ever have kids, I would definitely rather be a father than a mother.
Right. But I think that Gus has 4 cats, so now he has got more kids than cats.
Oh, wow.
He's posted pictures of his kittens.
Oh,
they're cute.
So maybe the kid was the 5th after the cats. I don't know.
Oh,
that could be.
Maybe he has 4 cats, and then the kid is the 5th.
That would
his offspring
be so much more handleable.
Yeah.
That would not give me nightmares.
I hope that's exactly what it was. But if it's kids, good for you.
Good for you.
Maybe he's got a cat to watch each kid.
That's one way of handling 5 kids. My parents should have tried that.
You have a cat that you've trained to like how in Game of Thrones they have the dire wolves.
Yeah.
They each have their own cat. They're given to him upon birth.
Yeah.
Dominic Burgess is attending his first con as a guest, Rebel Scum Con, August 8th through 10th in Dallas, Texas. So if you want to see Dominic, head on to Texas in August.
He's
That's
very
gonna be
excited
fun.
about it.
Be
And don't
careful.
forget
You'll-
to keep on requesting the OFMD cast at all the conventions so that they can be on the
Yeah.
convention circuit next year. Okay,
And
Ringa,
this year.
we're
Okay.
gonna
Listen,
rapid speed round.
No. All right, I'm gonna go through pretty quick. But so donations and charities going on right now. Tonight, we have ending in like 3 hours, Fandom Trumps Hate auction. And they have like a ton of charities that they donate to, but you can find the full list on their Tumblr. So it's at FTH, which is for Fandom Trumps Hate, FTH 2025 Craft Bazaar dreamwidth.org is where the auction is. And it's got all kinds of fandoms on there. So if you want to go search for Our Flag Means Death, you can find all the specific things. And it's like people who will write you a custom fic or art or whatever, tons of stuff. And their Tumblr is Fandom Trumps Hate. So you could find details about it there. It is ending at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific. So that's not too long from now. Also ending tonight is the OFMD craft fair that we've been talking about the whole episode, that everyone's talking about. Everyone got half a pyramid. There's 500 people bought half a pyramid, guys. That's $1,500.
Oh my gosh.
In halves of pyramids. So, oh my God, we have
So many pyramids.
250 whole pyramids sold just like in 2 days. Wow. So that craft fair is benefiting Southern Equality's Trans Youth Emergency Product, which gives grants of $500 to trans youths for, transitioning or therapy or, etc., things that they need. And it's especially important if you know anything about America. The South is where the kids are not doing well being trans. So this is very important. So that ends tonight at 11:45 Eastern, 8:45 Pacific. And that is at 32, the number 32, auctions.com/OFMD craft fair. And you can see all of the items there. There's like a category that says official, and that's where all the things like the David Jenkins Act of Grace that Tyka doodled on, and Reese's scarf and Khan's voice thing, they're all in the official. Then there's tons of other stuff because most of the items are things that were made by fans who donated drawings or paintings or hand knitted things that are like look like something in the show. But yeah, I made a bunch of buttons. Tons of buttons from me. Amazing jewelry. Okay, I know we say it all the time, but like there's so much talent on this ship. Like for real. And even if you don't have money to spend, really, you can go and just like browse and be amazed by what's going on. There's an option to donate $5 if you don't see anything you want to like outright buy. And the person who made the half a pyramid little papers also has just put up it's an invitation to high tea at Jeff's Inn by the Sea, I think. So that's cute too, and it's like a little like gold embossed certificate. So yeah, you can go to that website I mentioned or visit at Ghostal Service on Blue Sky for details. So yeah, we're almost at 70K right now.
Oh my God.
Insane. This fandom is lunatics and we love it.
Yeah, for those of you who are rich and not understanding, $70,000 is more money than I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's just fucking nuts. Fucking nuts is what it is. A charity that's been going on for a little over a year now for our new unicorn. They've been collecting money for the charity Limb Power, which helps people get prosthetic limbs. And they've been, just going crazy. They've raised over 7.5K. The campaign is ending after like I think a year and like 4 or 5 months. It's ending tomorrow. So this is your last chance to donate. It is at justgiving.com/page/for-our-new-unicorn. And they're on Twitter. I don't believe they're on Blue Sky yet if you wanted to look them up, but very good charity. Go donate. Tomorrow's the deadline. All right, real quick conventions. Our Drag Means Slay is returning to C2E2 on April 12th. Applications for performers is open now through March 7th. And they're also looking for artist donations to their raffle at Our Drag Means Slay at Blue Sky. The new Unicon we mentioned has announced Rubo and David as two of the celebrity guests. They're having at least 2 more celebrity guests announced. Early release tickets for the meet and greets and for the front and second row seats go on sale March 5th. This is a fan run con. It's June 20th through 22nd this year in London. And they're doing a virtual live stream event on April 5th. So that's just a little over a month from now. And the panel guests for that so far include production designer Rob Vincent, set decorator Megan Vertel, hair and makeup designer Nancy Henna, costume designer Gypsy Taylor, and today they announced the Mersteed tail sculptor Haley Egan.
Wow.
So those are all individual live virtual panels, and you can purchase a ticket for all of them or like individual tickets. And if you already have tickets to the main con in June, you will get like a discount to the virtual tickets. So they are at Siren-Events on Blue Sky. They're also on Instagram. So this is very, very cool that like a convention, a fan run convention is getting all these guests and stuff. Very awesome.
Nice job.
The WeCon Kickstarter is over. The venue is booked. This is also a fan run con, and it's October 31st through November 2nd in Edinburgh. And a look out for tickets and calls for panels at OFM Community on Blue Sky. And now a couple quick fandom events going on right now, starting today through all of March, is MoFu March, and that stands for Monster Fucker. So if you like monster fucking and you would like to see your characters fucking get fucked by monsters, MoFu Munch is for you. The person running this is at Cecillusive. That's CECILLUSIVE, and they have a prompt list on their Blue Sky page. We also have the OFMD Reverse Big Bang deadline for artists is March 3rd. That's Monday. They're also accepting supporters. So if you don't really do writing or art, they are accepting pinch hitters, but they're also accepting people who are doing beta and sensitivity readings. All the forms are at OFMD Reverse Big Bang on Blue Sky. March 10th through 16th is OFMD Knife Week, celebrating fan works involving knives and knife play at OFMD Knife Week on Blue Sky. OFMD Arrow/Ace Week. That is March 23rd through the 29th, and it is fanfic and art focused on asexual and aromantic identities. So if you or your character is headcanon as Aro or Ace.
Good time for Frenchie and Wee John.
Exactly. I was just about to say a lot of people do that with Frenchie, but could be literally any of them because very cool.
And I just have to interrupt and say there's someone who posted in the chat whose name is NOYB who posted, "Get this off my feed," which
what does that mean?
There's a
posting
on the top.
in the comments of the video.
Get this off my
that
feed.
You don't want to watch this is a perfect way to let the algorithm know that you like this content and you will be given more of this. So
what is their name? NOFU?
NOYB. I love to troll
NOYB.
people.
Yeah,
KQ313 says someone's lost.
We are not going away. You have to sit and listen to me talk about ace characters. Anyhow, that's at OFMD Arrow Ace Week. And then the last one is Izzy's Baby Boom, which is also March 23rd through 29th. It's a week-long event celebrating Izzy's impending fatherhood. This seems like a hand-in-hand uh, event to go along with the Get Izzy Pregnant Week, which happened a little while ago. So now that he's pregnant,
I just see
Controversy.
Izzy as a mother, not a father.
well, as Izzy is, identifying as a man, I guess he's a father in this week. Carly, you should start a Izzy is Mother Week, and we'll have all the art about Izzy being a mother. But that's at Izzy's Baby Boom on Blue Sky.
Okay.
And that is all the upcoming events for this.
Oh, bless you, Ringa, for putting that all together, because I sure as hell didn't want to.
It's a lot of stuff, but isn't that awesome that we
so
constantly are having like that much new fandom events, conventions, charity donations, just so much that I need to make a whole section out of it every single month on this.
And it takes for freaking ever for you to get through.
And it does, but I love that. That's fantastic because there's something for everybody. And if there isn't, you can make one and just like tag me on Blue Sky and let me know about it, and they will end up in this podcast. Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Okay, so as we wrap things up, you guys, Ringa, tell us what you're doing, where people can find you. If people are angry, how can they voice their anger? Go.
I am at Ringa-san on like everything, RINGASUNN. I am at Spooky Scary Genderfuck on AO3, where you can read all of my sinful fan fictions. If you're angry, you can message me on any of those things so I can laugh at you.
Basically, share the screenshots, please. Yes. That's my favorite part.
And I just started up a coffee account this past like 2 days ago or something, because people kept asking me for it. So I have a coffee account now. You can buy me a coffee. And right now I have up this fundraiser to help pay for Benny's vet bills from last year, because he is an expensive little bitch and he had all kinds of weird seizures, and I had to take him to a cat neurologist, which is hella expensive. So go to my coffee page, which is
good. That's a really good idea.
You can find me at Ringa-san on coffee, and I also have where I can do commissions. I can do fanfic and stuff. So if you like what you heard Con and Vico reading, I can make something like that just for you, and you will help me to keep my cats alive. He's like sleeping in the corner now that he's disrupted this at least once.
And Belle, what's going on with you? Where can people find you? Do you want to be found? I don't know.
I'm everywhere. So my post socials, I'm on all the metas under Belle Saltimbank. I won't spell it. Nobody will get it. It's fine. And then on Blue Sky and Tumblr and as Peerless and letter N Wicked, one word. And then I'm also an AO3 Whiskey Tango Foreigner. I've done a couple of podfics, which you have, if you've been keeping up with the feed.
Your wonderful podcasts have been featured on the podcast. So
yes, that's where I am.
Okay, cool. And I'm Carly Heath, and my other podcast, Haunted Hollywood Hour, just dropped a new episode today. It is about an astrologer and a mysterious penis in the Hollywood Hills, and you have to watch the episode to
penises. That's amazing.
Find out what that all means. And I'm working on an episode with Andrea, who had to skedaddle earlier, about a female test pilot who has a really chaotic gay story that gender chaos. I would say she's a gender chaos test pilot who did all the things, and we're going to drop that hopefully next week sometime.
Sweet.
And this is the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast.
Oh, real quick, before you head out, we are now at $70,202 at the
Yay,
craft fair.
Sans
But
Kid.
we can get to 100K. Everybody go and donate.
Tonight. How many hours left? Like 6 hours?
6.5. 6.5 hours. We
Six
can
and a hours, half an hour's left. Let's
raise
get to 100.
30,000 more dollars in 6.5 hours. Come on, people. I'm really believing that at the last minute, people are going to start bidding wars and it's really going to go up. So keep tuned.
Yeah, keep bidding and tell us how you get your money, please. And tell us if you want to share your money or if your workplace is hiring.
If you're involved in a pyramid scheme, we want to buy in.
And this is the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast. Get us wherever you get your podcast. We drop a new episode every week. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Our Flag Means Fanfiction, all one word. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to submit a podfic to be on the show, if you want to be a co-host on the show, if you have an idea for an episode that you want to be a part of or do, email us at ourflagmeansfanfiction@gmail.com. Until next time, do creations, be